In this video, I'm going to show you how you can access your team's meeting room in Adobe Connect. This is where you will also be recording your presentation for the capstone project, but you can also use it to collaborate with your partner and do your rehearsals, share your documents, work on the PowerPoint slides or whatever presentation software you're using to present your information. So from the course link in Blackboard, you're going to go to the capstone project folder. You should see a folder that says team meeting links in Adobe Connect. Then once you click on that folder and open it up, you want to find your team's name or your name, and then you'll see your team's number. And then once you click on it, you will be asked to log in. Now because I've already been logged in once, it's going to take me straight into my team meeting. Make sure that you are using your username and password. Do not log in as a guest. If you do, you will not have host permissions, which means you will not be able to record. So once you're in your team meeting, Adobe Connect meeting room, you should see your name on the right-hand side, and if your partner's with you, you will see their name as well. You guys should be listed underneath as host. So you want to make sure you have everything ready to go. You'll want to turn on the connect my audio and start my webcam so that we can see both you guys up here in the upper right hand corner. I do suggest that you guys have your PowerPoint file already ready to go. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. I guess it depends on how you guys set it up. You can have one person taking care of running the PowerPoint presentation and doing the recording in Adobe Connect. Keep in mind that we're not going to be uploading any files in Adobe Connect. You're not going to be going through sharing documents because you guys do not have permission to do that in Adobe Connect on the back end. All right, so this is just the meeting room that we're in and that we're using. So make sure if you're using, for example, PowerPoint, that the person that's going to be sharing that PowerPoint already has it up and running and ready to go. So at this point, and like I said, you can have both, one person taking care of all of this. Just make sure that everybody on the team is participating in the presentation itself. And what I mean by that is everybody has a role in what they're speaking about that's part of that presentation document. So let me go ahead and show you how you're going to do the recording. You're going to go up to Meeting, Record Meeting, and then what I would do is leave the team name there so we know who it belongs to. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure it says I am 155 Team I _ capstone presentation. All right, then I'm going to click OK. Now in the upper right hand corner, I clicked real quick pause recording because it was already starting to record, and I'm going to give my partner a chance to launch the presentation. So I'm going to go to share my screen again, and this is where you could do desktop. I'm going to do application and scroll down to where I have the PowerPoint. And this happens to be some students from last year. And I'm going to give them a chance to launch it by pressing the F5 function key. Now, again, note I haven't clicked record yet. Remember I paused it, so I'm going to go back here to, and actually this is where probably you may want to have another person doing the recording. Since I'm doing this by myself, I'm going to have to flip back and forth. So you want to make sure you resume recording. Let's go ahead and get that presentation up. It does help to have two people doing it. You can have one person start the recording once the other person gets the PowerPoint going. So at this point, you're going to introduce yourselves, and then you're going to say this is what our topic is about. So for example, this is Lisa Rice and Grace Nelson. So Lisa started off talking about the slides. Grace was running the recording in Adobe Connect on her end. So as they go through the slides, and I'm just going to try to go through this as quickly as I can, although this is very cool effects they put on there. So then she says, okay, so next Grace is going to talk about how artificial intelligence can be used for personal use. And then Grace starts talking. So that's kind of the handoff that Lisa did with Grace. So at this point, let's say they're done with the presentation, they're going to stop sharing, and then whoever was controlling the recording is going to come up here and stop the recording. All right. Now, you guys will not have access to editing the recording or anything like that, so don't worry about it. Just be ready to go once you guys hit record. It's okay if we see you guys, clunking around on the screen, getting the PowerPoint presentation up and running. But at least make sure you guys are ready to go with what you're going to say. You know who's going to go first and which slides they're going to do, and then who's going to wrap it up at that point. Also, make sure you guys agree on, who's controlling the PowerPoint presentation file itself on their computer and who's controlling the recording in Adobe Connect. So that's how you do your recording in Adobe Connect. And if you have any questions, give me a call. But I will tell you that when you do log into, and let me see if I can go to it real quick here. Let me get out of this meeting. When you do go into the cincinnati-state.edu, let me just get out of everything here. I'll go up here. Cincinnati-State. I had it there. AdobeConnect.com. So this is the back end. This is really truly Adobe Connect. What you are in is just the meeting room, and this is where I can actually go to my recordings. Now, because you guys don't have permission, you will not be able to get your recordings, but I have permission, so that's where I'll be coming in here and grabbing everybody's recordings and putting it in our course link in Blackboard so everybody can view it. So keep in mind, if you guys had full access in Adobe Connect, then you would be able to see all of your recordings at that point. So anyway, have a great time with this. Have fun exploring. Don't get too frustrated. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for explorers. Have a good time. Contact me if you have any questions.